from Psalm 139, verses 1 through 12. O Lord, you have searched me and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely, O Lord. You hem me in, behind and before. You have laid your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. The word of God for the people of God.
Thanks be to God.
Hi there. I would like to start with a prayer that has kind of been on my heart a lot. Many of you will probably know this prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Now, that's the serenity prayer, and a lot of you may know that. In fact, when I told one of my friends that I was going to use that prayer, she informed me that that is the prayer used in AA, which I did not even know. I found it through my own methods. What many of you may not know is that that is not the full prayer. The full prayer is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as a pathway to peace, taking, as Jesus did, this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that you will make all things right if I surrender to your will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with you forever in the next. Amen. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Irene Carlquist. I'm a senior here, a sports management major, and I am also on the women's lacrosse team. Thank you to those of you from my team that came out. I am looking to go into sports ministry to help those like me that are very active in their athletic lives, but also very strong in their faith and want to balance the two. I want to be a guiding hand for them. Now, this prayer has gotten me through a lot. When I'm having a low point, when I have issues with relationships, even with school struggles. It's also been on my heart a lot these last few weeks. So, rewinding a little bit, I remember when I was asked by Kaylee and Emma to talk, and I agreed. It was Tuesday, February 7th. And for the rest of the day, I was kind of thinking, what am I going to talk about? You know, just thinking what is going to be on my heart, be on others' hearts, and what is God going to bring to me? You know, God can be subtle sometimes, and other times he literally hits you. Well, he literally hit me because later that day in practice, I was hit in the helmet with a shot. A lot of the people here that are my friends and family know that I have a history of this, of concussions. So after I was hit, I started feeling the symptoms. And my brain kind of went on this spiral of, oh my gosh, this is it. I can't play anymore. What am I going to do? Lacrosse means the world to me. I even didn't say anything to the trainer. I didn't say anything to my coaches. No one. The only person I told that I was even slightly feeling something was my family. And because part of this is because lacrosse is a huge part of my identity, and I felt that I would be lost without it. I just kept spiraling and thinking what I would do if I reported it and if the doctor said that I couldn't play anymore. And so when I was talking to my mom and my brother, they stopped this spiral of thought and they reminded me not to jump to conclusions. They reminded me of how much I pray for guidance. And they said, before you do anything, take a deep breath, say a prayer, and call me when you've had some time to calm down. And they also reminded me that no matter what came, whether I couldn't play, whether I just decided to play through it, no matter what, they would be there with me. So eventually I did, 2 days later, go to the trainer to report it, which he wasn't happy about because I delayed it. So that was great, got in a little bit of trouble with him. But I was getting through it, through this prayer, through the psalm, and I was working on it. You know, it was still hard to be on the sidelines, but it didn't hit me again until our first game of the season. Because since I'm a senior, this was our first game, and I wasn't able to suit up. I couldn't even put on a uniform. And so it, was very hard for me to sit there and watch the game, to watch my teammates enjoy that precious moment. After the game, I told my dad how I was feeling, and he just hugged me. He let me feel what I was feeling, didn't try to tell me what I was feeling was wrong, didn't try to make it better. He just let me feel it. Now that was really important to me because it's a lot with the prayer. I just had to accept it and accept those feelings I was feeling because nothing was going to change them. I can't change the fact that I got a concussion. I can't change how many I've gotten or how long it takes to heal. What I can change is my outlook on it. I can change what I do to recover from it. I know in the past I wasn't very good at it. I would still watch countless hours of Netflix, be on my phone all the time, not get sleep, and that obviously wasn't good for my recovery. So I knew when I'm accepting the things that I can change, and changing those things is doing what I need to do to heal. I knew that, like with that prayer, I had to take my recovery one day at a time. Because no one knew, not even myself, how I was going to feel when I woke up the next day. So I just had to wait until I woke up and see what the day was going to bring. I also have to enjoy one moment at a time. Enjoying those moments I do get to have with my team. When we're goofing off in the locker room, when we're messing around in the calf, all the goofy Snapchats we send each other, traveling on the bus. Those are the moments that I can treasure, and I will for a long, long time. A lot of our coaches say to us, those minutes on the field are not what you remember. It's going to be that time your teammate said something stupid and everyone gave them a hard time about it. And so I accepted this as a part of my path. I accepted that this was a challenge that God put in front of me, and that His will was for me to take this and to take what I have learned from it and bring it to everyone else. Now with the psalm, could you pull up the last one, the last slide? It says, "If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me. Even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you." So this means that you have to accept that God knows what's going on. I knew what was going on, but I wasn't reporting it. I wasn't telling anyone. I was hiding in the darkness, hoping that this challenge that had been brought to me would just go away. If I didn't tell anyone, if I just kept playing, I thought maybe God will ignore it too. I wasn't putting my faith in the Lord. I wasn't trusting that this was a part of his path for me. There's no hiding from God. He knows your heart. He knows your mind. He knows the words you say before you even say them. And he still loves all of you no matter what. So why would you want to hide? I understand that you may fear your decisions. You may feel ashamed or have doubts, and you may be ashamed of those doubts. And you also may fear what is going on in your life, like I did. But you can't hide and turn away because he can see you. It's not like he's going to turn on a light and say, guess what, I can see you. He's going to let you come to him. It's like when you have a scared puppy and you can't just go at the puppy because they're going to run away. You got to let them know that you're there and then let the puppy come to you. We're all just a bunch of puppies. So you have to accept what God has put before you and know that whatever comes of it is either going to be a lesson or a challenge, and that you will come out how God intends, stronger and smarter. You see, God knows how important lacrosse is to me. So he's not going to take that away unless he has a very good reason. And I still have faith that he won't. He's provided me with the support I have around me. My family, my friends, my teammates and coaches, my CVOC class. And he knows that I will get through this because he will bring me through it. I'd like to leave you with this quote by Charles Swindoll. When the Lord makes it clear you're to follow him in this new direction, focus fully on him and refuse to be distracted by comparisons with others. Thank you.